All right, Kazu NEgri on your left, Blank Man on the right. That's a joke. I remember Blank Man.
Is that a Mega Man boss?
No, Blank Man was a movie from the 90s.
Oh,
superhero movie.
Playing some magic here. Kazu NEgri search for his Kanta on turn 2. He's got an interplanar beacon going. Thought Erasure is where Tariq Patel will start, though you call it Name Erasure because his name isn't on the screen.
Oh, yeah, that's just a graphical error that it literally just takes like 30 seconds to load sometimes, so apologies for that.
We got a Kazmina and 2 Sarkins.
I will say this. Even though Thought Erasure is coming down, it's going to take that Kazmina. It's going to leave Kazu with just a pair of Sarkins and a pair of lands. The damage is kind of done. The search for Skanta is already on the battlefield, and in this matchup, that card is hugely important.
Peel was a Dovin. Nothing to bubble here, but that is going to make some of Patel's spells more expensive.
Yeah, that static is pretty nice sometimes. Not a ton of enchantments, but Tariq Patel, did he go the same way as... yeah, he does have 2 Oath of Kaya main decks, very similar to his partner in crime. They drove up together, Matthew Dilks.
Well, here's one that does not get taxed. Thief of Sanity on turn 3. That's his play. Back NEgri's way. He will bubble that with a Dovin. You don't want to take those hits, so that makes a lot of sense. And here's a Narset, Porter of Veils. It's going to pick up a Teferi Time Raveler, tap Steam Vents, and back Patel's way.
Yeah, Ross and I played this matchup on Versus Live on Thursday. We were seeing which Esper deck was best, and the Esper midrange deck, I think, actually won this matchup, but there are a lot of draws from Kazu's Jeskai deck that are pretty tough for midrange to beat. Almost every card they play is a haymaker. You know, Narset Porter of Veils means that some of the card draw effects don't work. It also digs for 2 spells in this attrition-based matchup. And here, geez, Luis.
Yeah, so there was another Thought Erasure for Patel. He knew about double Sarkin, so he took the other card he also knew about, the Teferi, but NEgri hits the land. Here's Sarkin and an attack for 8 with those Planeswalkers. Bubble on the Thief of Sanity again. Patel's at 12 and in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, and notably Kazu doesn't even use the minus on Narset. Even, you know, that he just wants to keep the loyalty high just in case. But Tariq Patel here just stuck on 3 lands. You know, didn't really have a great follow-up to the Thief of Sanity, and the Thief of Sanity straight checked by the Dovin.
So there's Oath of Kaya that took down the Dovin. Patel up to 15. Now NEgri will use that in Narset. Take a look at the top 4. Finds an Ugin, the Ineffable.
Yeah, doesn't have the land yet, but coming in here for 8 points of damage. That's quite a hit after last turn's 8-point swing. The Oath of Kaya looking pretty good, though, just protecting life totals. Kazu here just finds more gas with the Narset. Teferi Time Raveler to bounce the Thief of Sanity. I'm pretty sure this game is over.
Yeah, Patel at 7. Back against the wall, 3 Planeswalkers, one of them Sarkin. There's a backup Sarkin in hand. Not clear what he can do to get out of this.
Yeah, even if I guess he can wait for the Sarkin to take up an attack. Oh, no, he can't because it's Teferi Time Raveler. So I was going to say he could Vraska's Contempt, but that's not going to save him.
Yeah, what he's going to do is concede. Kazu NEgri up a game here.
Let's try again. Sarkin is such an insanely powerful card in these Super Friends-esque deck where you just play this utility Planeswalker on 3, you know, maybe an interaction spell on turn 1 or 2, and then sweeper/interaction on 4, followed by Sarkin on 5, and you just have 8 power coming in and attacking sometimes after, you know, playing like a Teferi Time Raveler or a Narset plus a Shock. It's really impressive stuff from Kazu's deck.
Yeah, Planeswalker that attacks for 8 with haste. That is nothing to sneeze at. We've seen it be really powerful. So we're going to check it out. Apparently these are not on Cardboard Live, so apologies. You won't be able to take a look at the sideboards, but we'll read them off to you.
Yeah.
Kazu NEgri sideboard. We have a Baffling End to Tecatli Honor Guards.
Don't want it.
Prison Realm.
No, or yeah, there's a lot of Planeswalkers from Tariq Patel's side, so Prison Realm plays.
Lyra Dawnbringer.
Not the greatest, but it does have flying, so it does put up a roadblock against stuff like Thief's Sanity. Plus, there's a chance Tariq just sides out a lot of his generic spot removal, so Lyra might actually be okay.
3 Spell Pierce.
A great card against Planeswalker heavy decks, spell heavy decks, though there is a chance that it gets completely brick walled if he taps out for a turn, and Tariq's able to resolve a Teferi Time Raveler of his own.
4 Legion Warboss.
Yes, absolutely. Great card. Good in this matchup in particular. I definitely want it.
2 Dovin's Veto.
No, hate it.
Sorceress Spyglass.
Just kidding. No, Dozio's pretty good. Same as Spell Pierce. That was a joke. Sorceress Spyglass can come in. It's not as effective here as it is against the normal Esper control decks because you know it locks down like Teferi Time Raveler or whatever, but you have those in your deck, and I'm pretty sure it's double-sided, just like Pith and Needle and all that stuff. But sure. Mostly just the Planeswalkers are kind of spread out. You know, we have 1 Sorin Vengeful Bloodlord, 3 Teferi Hero, 3 Time Raveler, 2 Dreadhorde General. Like, you know, 1 Sorcerer Spyglass is not like good enough to get the job done.
I like this format. Let's keep going with Patel's sideboard. 2 Basilica Bellhaunt.
No.
All right. A D-Spark.
I'm going to go back. Maybe.
It's a maybe.
Maybe any creature is okay because you just want anything that can put a pressure on a Planeswalker. So maybe. The D-Spark, yes.
You get 1 word for the rest of these. Narset.
Absolutely.
Enter the God Eternals.
Heck no.
Duress.
Yep.
Hostage Taker.
Wah wah.
Cry of the Carnarium.
No way.
The Elder Spell.
Absolutely.
All right. So we are playing some Magic in game number 2. Some land drops. Looks like a Discovery is putting some stuff in the bin for Patel. And Thief of Sanity on turn 3 on time. Can NEgri answer that this time?
Yeah, he needs something quick because if Thief of Sanity starts attacking, it gets out of control in a hurry. And there's a good answer. Teferi Time Raveler.
Shocks to 18 to bounce it, but he'll buy some time. Patel will redeploy the Thief. No 4th land drop.
Yeah, seems like a common theme for Tariq in this match, and it's not good for him.
Teferi up to 2. Dovin. Bubble the Thief of Sanity.
Yeah, and that taxation effect of all the instant sorceries and artifacts from Esper midrange's side, costing 1 more is going to be fairly problematic since he only has 3 mana.
Second Thief of Sanity. Still no 4th land drop as NEgri will make his 5th.
I feel like we got a bubble coming here, and but Kazu still needs 1 more thing to check the other Thief of Sanity.
Teferi to 3. Dovin has not yet been activated. You got to do something about these thieves. It's going to give it a think. Three mana, Legion Warboss does not answer the Thieves, but could apply some meaningful pressure. Now the Dovin will bubble 1 Thief, but 1 is unchecked. Now there's a question whether Patel wants to try to get a spell off Thief of Sanity or start applying some pressure to these Planeswalkers. Yeah,
honestly, I'm not really sure. I think there's a good chance Kazu has some answers that Tariq might want. And since Tariq doesn't have access to a lot of mana right now, it's possible that he just wants to try to start knocking these Planeswalkers down a bit.
Now, there would be a bigger argument to hit NEgri if you could find lands with Thief of Sanity.
Yes,
but you
absolutely
cannot play lands if you grab them. And hey, there's Lightning Strike anyway, so forget about it.
I mean, it seems like an innocuous play. Like Kazu at any point can Lightning Strike down the Thief of Sanity. Chooses to wait to see what Tariq attacks, whether it's player or Planeswalker, just to get a little bit more information on maybe what's potentially in Tariq's hand. A very minor thing to point out, but at the same time, could have some lasting ramifications.
And he knows he's safe because of Teferi.
Right.
Patel can't respond to
that.
So here's 2 hero precinct 1s. Patel's going to pass back to NEgri.
Wow, definitely Clarion in Kazu's hand. Seems like a non-bow with Legion Warboss, but in this spot, like, you know, it's going to clean up multiple heroes and a Thief of Sanity. So I do like potentially casting it here. And you even get to potentially tick up on that Teferi Time Raveler and do it at instant speed on Tariq's turn.
So the Warboss made a token. They both attack. No blocks for Patel. He'll fall to 16 after the Warboss pumps up. Mentors the token. And Teferi goes up to 4. Dovin's not activated. Patel's got to be cued into that as NEgri passes with 5 mana up.
Yeah. Clarion a bit of a non-bow with Legion Warboss, but I like different cards for different situations, and I think Kazu is obviously agreeing with me. Like, there are some spots where the Esper deck is very spell-oriented, and something like Legion Warboss can steal a game. And then, again, there are times where something like Thief of Sanity or Hero Precinct 1 comes down and then potentially can clear that up with Deafening Clarion.
So the Clarion cleaned things up. Here's Sorin, Vengeful Bloodlord, but Dovin's Veto at the ready for NEgri. Patel will play a tapped Watery Grave. Will go back NEgri's way.
Yeah, I think Kazu in complete control just needs to find a way to close the game. And that's one of the reasons why I think people like this Jeskai build of the Super Friends deck, because it gives you Sarkin, and Sarkin closes the game so quickly.
Here's Kazmina, not quite as impactful as Sarkin, but he'll make a 2-2 in loot. Thinking about what he wants to discard here.
Yeah, 2-2 Wizard token off of Kazmina with the loot effect. Seems, you know, mediocre sometimes, but honestly, it's quite good. I was very impressed the very first time we had that card come up on Versus Live. Kazmina, quite strong, especially just protecting your other Planeswalkers from stuff like Vraska's Contempt. The 2-2 also comes up pressuring opposing Planeswalkers quite a bit. The loot also very good, turning dead removal spells against control into fresh cards, getting rid of extra lands in matchups where you're getting flooded. It's just a great card.
The discard was a redundant Kazmina as we go back Patel's way. Now with 5 mana, facing down 3 Planeswalkers. To be fair, a lot of these War of the Spark Planeswalkers, they're not individually super impactful. However, a Sarkin breaks this game wide open. NEgri closes extremely quickly if he produces one of those.
Oh, absolutely. He gets to start attacking for 14 points. That's the minimum right now. You know, if Tariq's able to put up some sizable defenses, Sarkin, at the very worst, is a 5-mana 4/4 flyer. Just creates a dragon. That's the floor.
It's pretty good floor.
Pretty darn good floor.
There's a high floor. Ceiling's pretty high, too.
Yeah, the ceiling is attack you for 20 on the turn you cast it.
Yeah.
In a spot where you are not necessarily dead.
Right.
All right.
The Elder Spell. That is a good answer to Planeswalkers. I will target all 3 of them.
Yeah, and he's paying 5 here for it because Kazmina costs 2 more, Dovin costs 1 more, but Elder Spell going to clean up all 3 Planeswalkers, and that is a shift in the game.
Yeah, that is a huge swing. Attack for 2. Looks like Ugin the Ineffable is the follow-up. Makes another 2/2 token, the Spirit with Ugin.
Yeah, the Ugin follow-up here is quite good. Tariq Patel is going to need another answer in a hurry. And even if he doesn't find the answer immediately, he has to deal with... even if he does find the answer immediately, he still has to deal with the 2/2 left over as well as the 2/2 from Kazmina. So not out of the woods yet, even though he had a huge turn with that Elder Spell.
Thought Erasure for Patel shows a hand of 2 Narsets. He'll take 1, and Vraska's Contempt away that Ugin. Ooh, Pio for NEgri, a Legion War Boss. Here's an attack for 5. Patel down to 9. You know, he solved 3 Planeswalkers. Can he solve all these creatures, though, as that Narset's going to stop him from drawing any additional cards? Narset of his own, so he can take a look, dig for something. That's what he's going to do.
Now, there's a lot to be said about Kazu's play here. Not activating Narset is pretty smart for a number of reasons, but mainly doesn't get hit by Thought Erasure. Super far ahead there, but Narset just playing basically perfectly in that match.
And that's something that we saw, I think it was in game number 1, where he attacked when it had 3 loyalty, when Patel had spent multiple turns casting Thought Erasure.
Yeah.
No reason